Well, hi everybody. My name is Peter van der Merwe. I am the founder of Humanity Unites International as well as the over-with-ecahli project here in Paraguay. So my videos is kind of bizarre sometimes. We go a little bit into philosophy. We go about encouragement and all these kind of things. Which is important because you're not just going to need the physical guidance. You're going to need some spiritual and emotional because you're going to go through a roller coaster. And moving house is dramatic by itself. It's almost like losing somebody, in life, and that is how it is. However, immigrating to Paraguay is so much easier than what you think. Susie and I here at Casa Astral, our guest house, offer immigration services. Sorry, I had to check if there was no spider or something there. I'm fearless with those kind of things. But so yeah, we offer immigration services while you stay with us. We take care of your catering needs, your travel needs, your airport pickups, collections. We do all your immigration, translations, cedula, driver's license, all of those kind of things we do from here to make your life easier as you enjoy the comforts of our home and the tranquility of our garden, which is great. But moving to Paraguay is really a simple process. It's very long because there's so many things that you have to do over and over and over. But the physical application process where you go into immigration, you take your photos, you pay your fees, you hand in your documents, that literally is an hour and a half, 2 hours of your time. With the right translator and people guiding you and those kind of things, it's kind of rapid. I've done it myself, and it was challenging with Google Translate. And I could have done things a lot easier if I had somebody like Susie in my life to help me. But I've done it myself as well, which means you can do it as well. It's just going to be a longer process. Things to remember is make sure when you get your police clearance from the country that you are residing in for the past 3 years, make sure that it is not exceeding 90 days. Your police clearance is only valid for 90 days. That means if you get it, you need to be in with your application before your police clearance expires. If it exceeds 90 days, it becomes a little bit more tricky. We could still work around a few things here and there, up to 6 months, but I mean, we have to motivate it. And these kind of things, but it's always good to make sure that if you are looking for your immigration to be done, do it right and make sure that your police clearance is 3 months. Make sure if you're from the States or anywhere, it must be notarized or apostolized from the States. Make sure those kind of things is in order. Your passport, make sure if you're from a country like I am from, South Africa, make sure you get a fresh passport because it does take a fucking long time to get it. Driver's license can be converted here. If you haven't got a full driver's license, we can help you with that as well. So our job is basically to make life easier. You're going to struggle if you don't know the language. That is a fact. Paraguay, especially Asunción and Paraguay in general, there's no street signs. There's no clear visible markers where you are. So it's going to take a little time to get adjusted to that. In here, traffic is different. You're going to really have to just fucking go with the flow of it. Be mindful, obviously, because there's a lot of people here that don't have insurance, because insurance in Paraguay, car insurance, is optional extra. It's optional. Do you get it? It's optional. So there will be a lot of people that don't have insurance, and there's nothing you can do about it. You have to just go with it and just say, you know what, it's an undeveloped country. I'm going to wing it. So getting to know places to stay, and I see a lot of foreigners. Sorry, I'm being attacked here by a bug. But I see a lot of foreigners, as soon as they come to Asunción, they immediately want to rent a place. They want a home, in a nice area, these kind of things. Big mistake Don't just fly in and get the first thing that looks pretty on online. Get to investigate first the areas. I always say to people, stay at a guest house, stay with us, stay at any guest house for at least a couple of weeks. Find your feet, can look at areas, look at it at nighttime on the weekends, because a peaceful daytime place can all of a sudden turn into a nightmarial discotheque quite rapidly. So again, it is about first checking out places. Don't just go with something you find on Marketplace, even though you're going to get some great stuff. If you're not a resident, you're a foreigner, you're going to need 2 Paraguayan citizens to give you a letter of character. So that's for you to rent the place. This is people that will vouch for you, saying that you're a good person and you're not going to run away with it, with debts or cause problems in the property. So they basically guarantors for you, so don't fuck it up. If you get people like that, that's going to help you. They might even ask you, real estate agents, that you will have to pay like 3 months rent up front, because you're a flight risk, which is kind of normal, plus your deposit, and these kind of things. So that's something that you will get without a contract. People will be flexible to help you where they can. You don't need a residential address when you apply for your temporary residence. It's when you apply for your permanent residence that you have to have an address, and it can be you can use basically, like if you stay with us, the guest house and things like that as the address, because we will be mediating on your behalf, taking care of your documents and helping you get your residence here. As I said before, car insurance is optional. In the countryside, you don't need a driver's license for a motorbike. You don't need insurance, you don't need a helmet, you don't need any of the above. They are quite happy with you just being who you are. Awesome and fabulous. Be mindful, because there is some reckless people on the roads. Paraguay in general is low to no crime. That is a fact. You're going to get the normal car robbery here and there. Somebody stole bike parts, or somebody broke into a car, stole a handbag, things like that. And that's going to happen because sometimes people do get a little bit too relaxed about living in a third world country, which is really peaceful. Paraguay is extremely peaceful. If you are accustomed to a place like South Africa, Paraguay is completely opposite to this. I mean, it's an undeveloped country, but it's peaceful. People are kind, people are caring, people are considerate, people are mindful, respectful, and that's the kind of people that you want. Here, there's not a lot of crime because there's a lot of police presence here in Paraguay. You have different kind of branches of police. The one that walk around with the kamikaze outfits, and then the ones with the balaclavas, and then you get the other ones, which is the normal police officers. So you get different branches of it. Things to remember when you have a car or a rental car: make sure that you always keep your lights on in Paraguay. If you fail to have your lights on, you will be fined. So do keep that on the noggin here. They like giving you fines for that. In your car, your rental car, make sure that you have a fire extinguisher that is within date, because they will check at roadblocks for those kind of things. And there must be a little blanket in the back of the car as well, because the blanket is there for if you do stumble on a car accident, that you can cover the body, and that is in the constitutional law. So, these little things that you have to remember, they leave you alone if you don't look for trouble. Trouble won't find you. This is a country where you have to work hard for what you want. You need to get right people on your side. You need to connect with good people in your life. That's going to help you through a lot of stuff. And you're going to need Paraguayans, because Paraguayans do have a nature of getting things cheaper than what you and I would get it for, and that is a fact. Believe me. So, my chickens, as I always say, if you are, I'm moving the thing over here because obviously the sun is hitting me a little bit there. So, if you want to break free from the matrix and you want to move to a better life, a more slower pace of living life, peaceful, away from all the radical beliefs and all the craziness of the world. Paraguay, in my opinion, and being here 2 years now, is a wonderful place. It's a country that is waiting to be developed. There's not much restrictions on anything that you build or construct or do and things like that. So that helps you a lot. Building materials in general is very cheap. Labor can be expensive, depending on what you want to do, these kind of things. Even some of the more quality building materials, that will be expensive. But there's ways around it. Eco building technologies, that's one of our parts of our projects, is we do eco construction. Then life is easy. Buying land is easy enough. You don't have to be a resident to buy a property here in Paraguay. It is literally, you can just buy a car here with your passport, and that's it. You don't need to be a resident. Same goes for property. I would recommend use a lawyer, a good one. We have a few that we recommend because we know them. Susie's mom is a specialist with trusts. She's the leading specialist in Paraguay with any trust, and she does specialize in contractual law. So we use people like her, people that you can trust, people that's got your best interest at heart, that will give you the good advice and won't charge you a fortune. Same as with us, with immigration. We have specials that we're running. If you and your family stay with us and you want us to take care of your immigration, we will do that gladly. Every step of the way, we will take care of you and your family's needs by providing you a comfortable, spacious home to stay in while we take care of your accommodation, your immigration. Your breakfast, your dinners is included. It's homemade with my hands and Susie's, and it's organic food. It's tasty. It's soul food. You enjoy our company, and you just relax, and we basically guide you on where to go, places to explore, and we introduce you to other English-speaking Paraguayans. That's professionals, that's business people that you might connect with and would like to extend the olive branch of friendship. Because it's good to have people that you can always reach out to and say, look, I'm a bit stuck, I can't understand something, I need help with something. People that will have your back. And that's the kind of people we introduce you to. In Paraguay, not everybody is dandy. Some people are going to try to take chances. Contractors, builders, they are going to try pull you for every penny that you've got. You have to be on top of them. Don't fall for the bullshit stories. For them, they live day to day, but they will take chances. That is normal any undeveloped country. So be aware. Don't be a fool thinking you're going to build your own house and they're going to take care of you. No, they won't. So again, if you are kind, if you are generous, if you are a humble person, they will accept you. They will really take care of you. And I have amazing friends here in Paraguay who I love like my own family. And you become family to them because they do take care of you. They have your back, your interest at heart at all times, and that's what you need. As for relationships, a lot of people ask me because Susie and I are together and she's Paraguayan. There is a few English-speaking Paraguayan males and females here. Dating life is interesting. And if you are respectful and you're a fun person and you're a good person, you wouldn't have a problem with a date. Here they enjoy life, they enjoy passion, they enjoy good food, romance, special moments, they enjoy it. And that's what you want. They're real people. As for domestic violence and stuff like that, I don't hear much of it, to be honest with you. I literally don't hear any about it, but I do hear stories along the grapevine. Somebody's wife got beaten by ex-husband or boyfriend, but that happens very seldom. You don't get violent crimes here, to be honest with you. I don't think anybody wants to end up in a Paraguayan prison. So they kind of have kind of good control on that. There's a lot of presence on the street, just patrols at night and, things like that. And it's for our own safety, because people, you get people that's desperate, they're going to take a chance. But with presence of the police around, you feel safe. It's not like you feel like, oh, so those kind of things. Alcohol, food, household materials, it's very cheap here. Even medication you can get directly from a dispensary. You just tell them what you want, the quantity, the strength, and they'll give it to you over the counter without a prescription. If you do injure yourself and you're in the countryside and you need medical attention, they will do it for you free of charge. Those kind of things. But don't be stingy. Give a few dinero though. But they do care about people here. The main roads are pretty good, but in general, I would say get a 4x4, something that's with a bit of road clearance or height, because it does get rainy seasons where a lot of roads get flooded here in Paraguay, which is normal. So I always say don't go for snazzy Mercedes and BMWs and Audis. Car-wise, they don't last. The roads are kind of terrible here. So I would definitely say, get something a little bit more practical, all-terrain kind of thing for you. Cost of living here is pretty cheap. You can survive pretty much on hardly anything if you know how to get around and know how to shop. There's a lot of cheap retailers out here that's very similar to Walmart and Macro and those kind of things. But it's the small markets that you want to go to, the fresh markets and stuff like that. That's awesome. Buying directly from farmers, that also is excellent. And things like that. So property you're going to spend depending on where you want to buy, but you can spend up to $1.5 million, $1.5 million on properties depending on what you want. Or you can get properties from as little as $3,000, but then it's literally hollow bricks and a zinc roof. Houses in general is cheap, but taxes is high, so be careful. Grand houses in old downtown Asunción will be beautiful, could be very affordable, very retro designs, beautiful, but the taxes is extremely high per year, property taxes. So keep things like that in mind. Don't buy anything unless it's notarized and you are doing it in a court of law or like with a notary. Things like that. And that's it. That's just basically a few minutes of my time just talking about what you're going to need. Before you leave your country, yes, you have to do a lot of things. You have to close a lot of chapters in your life. And it's scary because you're embarking on a new life. Just let go of fear. You've lived a shit life up to now, and it's become shitter over the last couple of years. Why not try something new? Try something amazing. Live life. Live to breathe, fresh air, enjoy organic living, happy fucking life, safety, security, true joy and freedom. So if you want to get involved with our project Camino Verde, which is an off-grid rural development project where we do housing, work, production, organic produce, or if you want to get involved with us here to do your immigration, reach out. If you want to come stay with us, reach out. If you want information, just have a chat about Paraguay, reach out anytime. We are happy to have a chat with you guys and all these lovely things. So love, light, and all those hippie kind of jazz. Keep it real and reach out with questions.